Howdy there. Here to see the deep goat again, I guess. Now that the Republicans in the Senate have agreed that they have no reason to dispute the findings of the intelligence community and admitted that there was Russian interference in the 2016 election, I guess that's going to be a story again. Not going to be a big one though, because they didn't prove collusion, right? The intelligence community didn't do that. See, that's not an intelligence community duty. That's law enforcement. That's the FBI's job, not the intelligence community. The intelligence community is about determining intent, telling the future, crystal balls and all of that. That's what it's really about. Most times, catching somebody in the act, that's an afterthought. You want to know what's going on. And see, we still don't know that. Still don't know the one big question. See, we know what happened, when it happened, where it happened, how it happened. But we don't know why it happened. We don't know why the Russian campaign switched from simply undermining the election to let's get Trump elected. It's an interesting development, because they wouldn't shift in the middle of it without a reason. We had to know their intent. Did they just know that he was going to be completely unreliable on the international stage and undermine the United States throughout his entire tenure through sheer incompetence? Did they know he would fail every domestic stress test that was put against him? Or were they able to direct him? I mean, it's odd when you really think about it. The other thing we need to note is that all those great politicians who were saying it's a hoax, well, now they agree it's true. It happened. I'm glad the armchair experts agree. Those people with absolutely no training in tradecraft at all, well, they get it. But we still don't have the counterintelligence report. That still hasn't come out yet. That's going to be pretty revealing, I imagine. Because if it is released in any substantial way, we'll get to see some of the measures the U.S. took to counteract the Russian campaign. We've got to know the intent. Was it really just to put a buffoon in the Oval Office? Or is he an agent of influence? Maybe one who doesn't even know that's what he is. I mean, it's not like anybody's going to accuse the current commander-in-chief of being savvy on the international stage. Maybe he doesn't even know he's being used. It wouldn't be surprising. Not much is anymore. The American people need to understand that even the president's own party could not dispute that a foreign government waged a campaign to get him elected. And we need to know why. We need to know what Russian intelligence knew about the president that the voters don't. Now, that information probably won't be forthcoming anytime soon because, well, the intelligence community likes to keep its failures secret if they can. And this is a failure. This is a failure. At the end of the day, whether or not that campaign by the Russians had a huge effect or not, They won. They set out to put somebody in the Oval Office, and they did it. Now, maybe it only swung them a point or two. Maybe it wasn't that effective. But what it showed them was that it was possible. They will try again. And I would imagine they would certainly try to help the person that has strengthened their hand all over the world. From Syria to Iraq to Afghanistan to Ukraine to everywhere that man has attempted to engage in foreign policy. It all benefited Russia. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.